savage. Passion for birds, I got those in my attic. Talented, dipping and dabbing through traffic. Thumbing through Blu-rays, I'm arrogant, fuck it. Pray for my downfall, I'm gon' rise above it. Fly to the box so I Louis my luggage. Lean like it's legal, I'm drinking in public. Drinking in public. I said, my nigga, I'm drinking in public. Leaning like fuck it, sitting sideways. I'm sitting sideways. Molly keep a nigga motivated. I've been up for 5 days. Feeling like Future right after Sierra. Diamonds Leon, they come straight from Sierra. Feeling like Future right after Sierra. I trapped out a princess and took a tiara.
You're once again watching Astro Terry TV. I will be your one and only host, the Astro Guru. And it wouldn't be Astro Terry TV without this. I'm not gonna tell y'all the new one yet. We're just gonna leave it at that. Without the, ain't gonna tell y'all the new one yet. But yeah, we're here. We're doing the things we like to do. Stay positive. Stay grounded. And be abundant. Which is why I felt the need to break down this video. You know, break it all down so we can put it all together. Pardon me. Now, I've been so busy coming up with topics that I've been trying to figure out, well, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do this episode on. Pardon me. That was bad manners. Now, I feel like a good topic for this video would be the Great Exile. Now, it'll happen at different times for different people, but we're all about to go through a time of exile where no matter where you go, no matter who you're around, it's gonna feel as if you're alone. There's a good reason for this. With this paradigm comes separation. Now, we tried to have everybody together. Like, all right, let's just take it back to like segregation, right? So, blacks, whites, segregation. It has nothing to do with the topic, but stick with me. Now, black, whites, segregation. We progressed into integration, right? And somehow, some way, we felt as a society that maybe that's not working the way we want it to work either. So it's like, now you gotta have like the best of both worlds, where you wanna have like your own community and or neighborhood, yet you wanna kind of, you know, be able to go places safely without racism and things like that, right? Okay, now, the next part past that was everyone becoming spiritually aligned. So the LGBTQ community, they got, you know, what they got going on. They put together how they put together. You got your heterosexual communities put together however their community put together. And we're talking about spiritually. So this is, I mean, spiritually. When I say spiritually, I mean like from negative to positive. All of these communities have their own aspects and stereotypes now. They've become their own entities, their own beings. So even when it comes to like children having social media, and like children spiritually have their own life, as you see, unfortunate for the adults during the 2 attacks, but the Chicago thing, and I forgot where the other place was at. But yeah, it's not the first time that it's ever happened, but we have the power to record these things, document these things, find the people involved and all of that now. So now we've come to this point where, you know, even like religion-wise, like, you know, spirituality, and then you got those Muslims, and you got your other people, your Buddhists, and you got, you know, you got everybody got their own thing going. So everyone can pretty much take up some form of space and feel comfortable without stepping on somebody else's toes. All right. Now, the great exile is coming because during this ingratiation of spirits, of course, we're going to have some clashes. We're going to have a few people, and we're going to have a few, I don't want to call them spiritual casualties, but just say that there will be those that don't find their spot off the rip. So there'll be people who bounce around. They won't know exactly, where they fit, or they won't know exactly how to move within their respective community. They might bounce outside of that community and then go back to that community, or however they feel like moving, which is fine and dandy. Now, remind yourself that these are spiritual communities, and communities do things like exile people. So you can be kicked out of a neighborhood, right? You can be, I had to move got one little fight, and my mom got scared, said, "You moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." All right, cool. Now, when this happens, depending on whom it's happening to and what community it's happening in, it's gonna have a ripple effect through every community. Just understand, because now you got someone who they fit over here before, but now due to curiosity and exploration, they're in an area where they don't, so to say, fit. Now, whether that person fits in the long run in that area or not, everyone can't take up the same space. So just that person coming with a different energy from another community to that community will make someone in that community bounce out probably to another community. If you kind of get what I'm gonna, you understand what I'm saying? Let's just say I'm in the house with you, and then somebody else comes in the house. That could cause me to leave the house because I don't really mess with this person like that. Like, it was cool when it was just me and you, but now you add the third party in, it's not giving what it was given before. You feel me? All right, now, this is part of why the great exile is needed. The spiritual exile part is for everyone, no matter what community you're gonna be involved in and or around, to become comfortable in your own skin. That's what you have to do in 26. Become comfortable in your own skin if you aren't. Because those people will be the people that we look at immediately like, you don't belong here. And we know you don't belong here because it took too much to get here, to build this. Meaning, at this point, becoming part of this community is a conscious choice of yours. So why is it that you don't feel comfortable, or you don't seem to be comfortable in an area where you should be well versed? Because not only did you choose to come here, 9 times out of 10, I'm not choosing to no one chooses to play basketball when they don't like basketball. You understand? That's a choice. It's a choice. No one's forcing you here. We're saying choice. So if you're choosing to be around certain people, it's probably because something about you rather resonates with those people, or you feel like, y'all can, one hand wash the other, both wash the face. Hey, you do me a favor, I do you a favor, or whatever the dynamic is. But you're not hanging around people that you don't like. We don't do that in 26. 2026, we're just not gonna be incorporating ourselves. We're not gonna be entangling with energy that we don't like. It's okay now. I don't have to say hey to every person in the office. It would be nice to, but as well when you say, hey, oh, hey, and then it's like, he's not that nice. They know I'm being fake now. So now you think I'm being fake, and it's like, oh yeah, we don't know the real him, and that's not the case. He's just not that friendly. I don't know everybody. If it's 10 people, I might say hi to 4 or 5. Maybe I like 2, maybe 2 are my friend, and maybe 1 is my boss. So it's like, yeah, I thank you for giving me but the rest of these people, y'all are workers just like me. Well, do I have to say hey to everybody all the time? I don't think I gotta go out my way to be nice. Just because naturally, a person like me, I gotta go out my way to not be mean. Because I can just fly off the handle and be mean because I wasn't caring enough. So when you take those 2 steps to say, you know what, maybe I should, we all know, like a smile, like, hey, how you doing? Or, like, how's your day going? Things like that can really brighten someone's day. And I would love to be the person that brightens people's day. Sometimes I get down too. Sometimes I've got things on my plate that you wouldn't even be able to fathom. And I might get in my head a little bit. So I'm sorry if I seem to like look at you and then look away. I'm sorry. It's probably because I'm looking at you and I want to be everything you want me to be to you. And I'm really just like, I can't because I'm overwhelmed. And no man likes to feel overwhelmed. It puts you in a hamster wheel. Overwhelmed man, it's like the only way to get from being overwhelmed is to like overcome being overwhelmed. And it's like, how do you do that if I'm overwhelmed? That's why we need support systems. This is why guys need somebody to say, hey man, I'm not gonna lie, bro, you got a minute? Like, I can't really talk to nobody else. Like, you kind of understand though. Like, I mean, you got kids, right? Like, yeah. Well, yeah, man, I just got a DNA test. And then, he can't talk about that situation with everybody. So he gotta walk around with it, just on his chest. And see kids, and he like, yeah, man, I got a situation that involves kids. And then you gotta see adults, and like, yeah, such and such is pregnant. And he like, yeah, I remember when I got that weird ass announcement. It's like you see where this is going? Like, but he's, hey, yeah, what you gonna name him? Like, he can't really be that enthusiastic because in the back of his mind is something that is exiling him. Now, back to the spirituality aspect. Like I was saying, all of these spirits are gonna basically be exiled. And because the earth is only but so big, you could be around 20 people. You be at a whole party and it's just like you don't hear the music anymore. And it's like, you wanted to come here, you wanted to party, you're having a good time, but you just don't really feel here. It's because God's upset. And he said, life is not all about partying. And in order for us to move forward as a unit, everyone needs to start understanding some of the basic same things. You can't just live your life however you want to. You do have free will, and you can choose to exercise it however you feel. But as far as morale and principle, the map to your moral compass, morals and principles. It's a map. Now, your morals and principles, we as a humanity need to have a base, like a base agreement, like a base standard for morals and principles. Like at this point in our evolution, honestly, it should be engraved in children's DNA to say, thank you. We really shouldn't even be teaching children to say thank you no more. Like, they should be like growing up with it. They should almost like be like their first words. Thank you. Why? Because it one shows appreciation. You're not only are you thankful for the little baby life that you got, but the little baby breath that God blew into your lungs, but you're also thankful for being able to speak. Like, you're also thankful for having lips. You're thankful for every bottle that I had to hold in your mouth when you were sitting there and couldn't hold them at all for yourself. So you like, thank you. Like, oh, he said thank you. Like, you're ready to become a person now because you just thank the world for the life that you have. You just thank the universe, source, God for the life that you have. Mama, dada, that's cool. But some of us don't even like those people. You grow up and you're appreciative for them. You're thankful that they brought you into the world, but in a conversation, they might not be the brightest. Or maybe they just do things that you don't agree with. Maybe you were born to somebody that, say, drinks alcohol. You don't like alcohol. Maybe you got another sibling that does drink alcohol, and you feel like they're two alcoholics and they got a great relationship, and they feel like, oh, you're just a party pooper. And you just like, I just got goals with my life, that's all. I just got things that I want to do. And I've never seen anybody accomplish those goals with the bottle in their hand. I just never seen it. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, I just never seen it. So I can't believe in it. And my mind's not like, oh, but you can do it. So you're gonna convince me now that I should get drunk and be in a stupor and then attempt to make my dreams come true. Is that what you're telling me? I should get drunk more often and attempt to make my dreams come true, which are already hard to make come true, sober, high. Now you want to add drunk? Listen, I've got problems of my own. You've got problems of your own. The love will not be lost amongst mankind. We will all get to where we need to go. But there will be a spiritual exile so that we can all, as a whole, work on our emotional stability and intelligence, work on our mental fortitude and capacity and tolerance for other people, and come up with more creative and abstract ways of accumulating, generating wealth for our families and our, bloodlines and whatnot. It's really not that hard. I've got ideas for all of this. And I've got ideas for all 8 billion of us. Believe me, we are going to get into some things in 26. But this video has been a short excerpt on the Great Exile, okay? We're all going through it. Thank you. Till next time.